He was referred to by some as America's first serial killer, or the Devil of the White City. Others knew him as Alexander Bond, Robert E. Phelps, or just Judson. You may have even have heard of these names yourself, or maybe you have heard the name H.H. Holmes. But none of these are his real name. The real name of what is thought to be the first American serial killer is H.H. Holmes.
And welcome to La Cantina Last Call. Not a podcast anymore, it's Last Call.
We got rid of the podcast part.
Yeah, you guys get it. It's a podcast. And today, your host with the most, Tony Baloney, is coming with you guys. I just butchered that whole thing, so I apologize. But it's Tony, your host with the most, accompanied by, as always, and as per usual, the friend that started the dream with me.
Austin, possibly El Skeptico.
Possibly Wonder Bread.
And like he said, welcome to La Cantina Podcast, where every week we talk about new and terrifying experiences. We're super excited, or at least I'm super excited about this one. It's H.H. Holmes. This is what I've been trying to do for a while. It's a true crime, but man, it is like weird.
I know, you told me about it, and I was like, true crime. Like, I've never heard it. Like, the only thing that I have from H.H. Holmes is from Ghost Adventures, right? Yeah.
Is it Ghost Adventures?
Yeah.
Oh,
where they
okay.
went somewhere. Well, like, I won't say anything. Just that.
Well, we do have a lot to get through today, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I have everything from his early life all the way to his death.
And are we going to do shout-outs now, or are you going to do that first?
That is an excellent idea. Let's do shout-outs right now for all of the awesome listeners out there.
Yeah, so this week, I want to give a huge shout-out to the Off Topic Podcast. All the ladies over there.
Heck
They've been listening.
Listening.
For,
super interactive.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, so shout outs to Arlette, Rebecca, Jasmine, Graciela, Chris, and Kayla. And again, their podcast is Off Topic. They're available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iHeart. So just
go check them out.
Yeah, go check them out. And if you guys do, let them know that we sent you, that your host with the most and Skeptico sent you.
Woo!
Yeah, so that's my shout outs for the week.
Awesome. And also, I just want to do another thing about those guys. They're awesome. I listen to the podcast they have.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
It kept me hooked,
Yeah,
they're
nice. They're like, topics were really on point.
Yeah.
Just liked it. It brought me back to like
now off
last
topic.
year, July.
Off topic. Little callback there. My mom's name is Chris too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Figured I wanted to say that. Anyway, let's get into the early life and education of Herman Webster Mudgett, a.k.a. H.H. Holmes. He was born May 16th, 1861. So this is back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in Gilmington, New Hampshire. Now, I have pictures of Gilmington that I'm going to show you. They're just a bunch of random, like, this is the corner store out there in Gilmington. And then, some pretty farmland. Like, it's a super pretty location.
Yeah, where did you say what?
Gilmington? Gilmington,
Uh-huh.
I think. Gilmanton, maybe?
And where's that at?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah, so we got that stuff.
I was so intrigued by the farm and the lake.
I know it's super pretty picture. So he was the third child of Levi Horton Mudgett, and I can't even pronounce this name because it's so weird. It's spelled like Theodore, but the R is a T, so it's like Theodate Page Price.
Theodate?
I think. And I have a picture of his parents as well. There they are.
Wow.
They kind of look creepy.
I was going to say, do they look fucking scary? I would be freaked out. Hey, this is my mom and dad.
And that's my mom and dad. Well, I mean, this dude, with how screwed up this dude is, I mean, that makes sense. Now, he is a piece of shit, and I'm about to explain why. Both Herman's parents were devout Methodists, and Methodist is a religion.
Oh, okay. I was about to say something else. That's Methodist. What? Back in the day?
No.
Like, what?
No, it's a religion. Now, Herman's father was reportedly a very heavy drinker and mistreated his family, which means abused.
Right.
Which is screwed up on every level. Don't abuse children. That's or women don't abuse men. Just don't hit each other, okay? Don't be 12-year-olds.
I feel like back in the day, that's like
that was a normal thing.
It was really normal. It's
yeah,
just a lot of traumas. Don't do that.
Which that's not good for anybody. So Herman was also bullied by his classmates, and this is super screwed up too. Like, this dude's childhood kind of sucked. So he was bullied by his classmates because he was smart. So due to his academic capabilities, all his classmates would make fun of him, bully him. Mm-hmm. You know, there was some reports of like beating him up and stuff, but it wasn't super specific.
Did you notice that like back in the day that was like a really common thing to do?
Yeah, that's super common.
Like even like kind of like in our early childhood.
Oh yeah.
Bullying was like, even in movies, bullying was like a big thing.
Yeah,
like, you always saw the bully.
Yeah, and it sucks. It's a terrible thing. Don't do that.
Don't bully. Don't be a piece of shit.
So in one case, Herman, aka H.H. Holmes, was forced to stand in front of the classroom's skeleton and put its hands on his face to try and scare him. Now, in some reports, it was his teacher that did this to him. In other reports, it was the children.
They would have him stand next to the skeleton?
No, they would have him stand in front of it, staring at it, and like put its hands on his face to try and scare him. But here's the problem. It didn't scare him. In fact, it intrigued him. It got him obsessed with death. And he started to, and this is like, I think a big telltale sign nowadays of, like psychotic, is he started dissecting animals.
So like some Jeffrey Dahmer type thing.
Yep, exactly.
So H.H. Holmes walked so Dahmer can run.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wanted to get that out. I've been practicing that line for like a couple weeks now.
Now, later in 1882, Herman, he was still called Herman at this time, entered the University of Michigan's Department of Medicine and Surgery. I have a picture of that as well. I have a lot of pictures this week, and I got to find it. So that is the university he went to.
Dude, that looks creepy.
Right? I mean, this is back in the day. So schools and prisons and hospitals, they're all creepy.
That looks like an asylum, not a school.
So Herman did graduate from medical school in June of 1884. While enrolled, though, Herman worked in the anatomy lab under Professor William James. And I have a picture of him as well. If I can find it. That right there.
So that's his professor?
That's his professor.
Wow. He looks like Einstein in a way.
Right? That's what I thought when I first saw him, too.
E equals MC squared.
Now, this dude was not an E equals MC squared kind of smart. He was screwed up because the then chief of anatomy, this guy, was said to facilitate grave robbing to supply cadavers for the medical students.
What?
Yeah, they would go rob freshly dead bodies so that they could practice surgery on it. And he would encourage this.
He'd be like, hey, extra credit.
Go extra get me credit if you go get your grandma right now.
Damn, that's screwed up.
Right? So later, when Holmes was suspected of murder and claimed to be nothing but a fraudster. Now, a fraudster is somebody who rips people off. Fraud.
Fraud, yeah.
He admitted to using cadavers to defraud life insurance companies several times in college. So he was ripping off life insurance
So he was getting
facilities.
He was getting that cheddar. He was getting that bank.
This dude was screwed up, but he was smart. He figured out how to like pull one over anybody. What? And you'll see that later in his life too. Herman then moved to Chicago.
No way. Shout outs to the Windy City. Chi-Town. I miss you.
Now, Chicago, he moved there in August of 1886. This is also when he started going by the name H.H. Holmes.
So he changed his name a lot, basically.
Well, he used a lot of fake names to rip people off.
Oh,
But
okay.
H.H. Holmes was the name that he officially started going by.
Okay.
Now, why he changed his name to this, I have no idea. I couldn't find anything that talked about it. He just started going by H.H. Holmes.
I know you say H.H. Holmes, and I picture a magnifying glass and the little
Right? Fancy. It sounds fancy.
Hello, butler.
Now, later, after moving to Chicago, he worked and eventually bought a drugstore. Holmes purchased the empty lot across the street and began construction of a 2-story mixed-use building. Now, mixed-use means the top floor would be apartments, the bottom floor would be shopping.
Right.
That kind of mixed use. I don't know if that's specifically what it was, but it's kind of that idea.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So he began construction of this building in 1887, and in 1892, Holmes added a 3rd floor and wanted to use a floor as a hotel for the upcoming World's Columbian Exposition. Now, the World's Columbian Exposition was an expo or fair held in Chicago in May 5th to October 31st of 1893 to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Columbus finding the Americas.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that was for. Some reports do say that Holmes built the hotel to lure tourists visiting the expo to kill them and then sell their skeletons to nearby medical schools. But there is no evidence that he actually did this.
So you're telling me that the skeletons back in the day in the classrooms were actual
Those are
people?
real, yeah. Yeah.
What?
People would donate their body to science, I think, and stuff like that. And then they would use their skeletons. And actually, conspiracy of the day, everybody. And a lot of people may have heard about this, but in Disneyland, not World. I don't know why I want to say Disney World. But in Walt Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. I love that place to death. In the Pirates of the Caribbean, supposedly they have an actual human skull in the ride.
What? Mic drop.
Now, there's a part where you go on the ride, and I didn't get any pictures of this. There's a bed with pirates and stuff around it. And the top part of the bed, there's a skull. Supposedly that is an actual human skull.
What?
Now, there's no confirming nor denying that it is. I don't know if Disney said anything about it. I would assume that they said, yeah, it's not a real skull. Come on. But back when it first opened, Walt Disneyland was, I can't remember exactly when it opened, 1940s, I think, or 1920s.
Back in the day.
Way back in the day. But Pirates of the Caribbean, when it first came out, they did actually use skeletons. And then they later switched to fake skeletons, animatronics, things like that.
What?
Yeah. They were using what they had at the time.
Yeah, because you think about it, back then it wasn't like what we have today.
Yep. So getting back onto screwed up H.H. Holmes, the murderer in the White City. Yeah, he had never actually killed anybody that went to the expo, at least that they can prove or find.
Right.
Now, let's get into my favorite part, the murder castle.
The murder castle?
The murder castle. Which is actually a lot less than what I thought it was going to be. So in some reports, this thing, I'm just going to read it from my notes because it'll make more sense than me trying to explain it.
Okay.
So there are some reports that Holmes's building, labeled the Murder Castle, had a torture chamber, trapdoors, gas chambers, and a crematorium, my bad. Other reports say that the hotel was made up of over 100 rooms laid out like a maze, with doors opening to brick walls, windowless rooms that led to dead ends, staircases that were, drops or led to nothing. Kind of like the Winchester house.
Yeah, you were saying that, and I was just picturing Ghost Adventures and when they went to that house.
Yeah, exactly.
And they actually did go to H.H. Holmes' thing.
Oh,
There's
no
actually
way.
an episode, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why when you're saying all this, I was like, yeah, this does make sense.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that episode.
So, all this stuff is being said about his house, that it has hidden rooms and yada, yada. But it did have hidden rooms. It absolutely had hidden rooms. But what most historians think is he actually used it to hide furniture that he was not going to pay for. Yeah.
He was swindling RC Willie, basically.
Pretty much. But yeah, so he did have in rooms, but everyone or most historians think that it was just to hide stuff that he didn't want to pay for.
Basically free storage.
Now, in some reports, Holmes's first kill was allegedly Miss Kate Durkee. But, and this is like a crazy story, but it's super long, so I didn't want to get too far into it.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he killed her, right? And then she came back and was like, he didn't kill me. I'm still alive doing a report
like,
here, buddy.
Poking herself. She's like, I'm not a ghost.
I'm not a ghost.
Do not get the super soaker. I'm not a ghost.
So I do have a couple pictures for you now. So this is what is said to be the layout of the murder castle.
Okay.
So it's a little bit blurry, and I apologize for that. But that's kind of what it was supposed to look like.
So question, is this still standing in Chicago?
I don't think so. If I remember right, they ended up tearing it down.
Oh, okay.
But after H.H. Holmes was convicted and hung, they made it a post office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
See, because like I told you, I used to live out there, well, in Wisconsin, but I go to Chicago a lot.
Yeah.
And this is like, when you brought that up, I was like, what? How did I not know this when I was living out there and trying to find stuff like
Look,
this?
we don't talk about this, okay?
Right?
So we've got H.H. Holmes' murder castle, bachelor pad, hide the furniture. And then we've got Miss Kate Durkee somewhere.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Give me 1 second, folks. Didn't pull up. All right. We will put it, I'll get the picture and put it right here for everyone to see. Anyway, moving on. It is worth noting that H.H. Holmes had a large furnace in his murder castle that may have been used to get rid of incriminating evidence.
No face, no case.
Exactly. So whether that's burning bodies or just getting rid of like clothes and belongings and stuff, I have no idea. I'm assuming all of the above.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I would think so if you don't want to get caught. I mean,
yeah,
hide all the evidence.
Hey, who knows? Now, Holmes's first live victims, and I say victims because this is a super screwed up story that just makes me hate this man on a personal level.
On a personal level?
On a personal level.
That's hard for you to come by.
Exactly. So his possible first victims were Julia Smith, who had left her husband to be with Holmes.
So Holmes was basically the side guy.
Yeah. And then she was like, screw this guy, I'm going with Holmes, which was a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
They never learn.
Yeah. She also brought her 5-year-old daughter.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, so she brought her 5-year-old daughter, Pearl Connor. They both disappeared on Christmas Eve of 1891. Now, Holmes claimed that they had left to visit a sick relative, but he later changed his story, saying she had fled from her former husband, and then changed his story again, saying Julia died during an abortion that Holmes tried to do. Then he claimed to poison Pearl, the 5-year-old daughter, to hide her mother's death. They were both later found under Holmes's basement.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Screw this guy. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Now, moving on from that, and it's super sad, but moving on, we have Emmeline Sigurd, or Sigurd. I'm not sure how to say her last name. So she also died from a possible abortion performed by Holmes. Now, one thing I do want to point out is back in the 1800s, abortions were really, really risky.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that chance of dying, but H.H. Holmes was not supposed to be doing these abortions. He had no experience with it. Well, the experience he did had kind of sucked. Like, we're talking a half a star on Yelp.
Not even a full star, bro.
Not even a full star. So he tries to do it again. Chick dies, gets rid of her. Bing, bang, Bob's your uncle.
Basically, let me go try again.
Yeah, pretty much. This dude was smart in the way he defrauded, but he was an idiot. Now the next one, and this one's crazy. So John Delaville, I'm not sure how to say his last name either. It's
back in the day, dude. It was like more fancy.
It's an interesting name.
Delaville.
So he died shortly after H.H. Holmes poured a black liquid down his throat.
What?
Yeah.
So
Now
it's like
here's
me. Like basically, I just came up to you. Hey, man. That's it.
Yep. Now here's the thing. There's reports that he did this in front of an entire crowd.
In broad daylight?
In broad daylight. In his store. He walked up and went, boop, and dude died.
Damn. And no one said anything?
Nobody did shit.
They're just like, oh.
Well, that dude did.
What?
Yeah.
In broad daylight. But I mean, it was back in the day, so.
It was back in the day, but still. Like,
yeah.
Nobody does anything or says anything? Come on. Now, and thank God for this, he has a whole lot of other kills. He had like 27 that were confirmed, and then he had like 114 that he claimed that he killed. But there's no evidence
on
top of those 27.
What? He was a high roller when it came to killing then.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, those were just I think the saddest ones.
Mm-hmm.
The rest were pretty
just quick
normal. So his way to deal with it was either poison or strangulation, from what I could find. And if anybody knows more, I would love to know more because I can only find so much. But if somebody has more information, I'm always happy to hear it.
Yeah.
So Holmes was finally caught on November 17th of 1894. This dude was finally arrested.
They actually got him?
They actually got him. Now, do you know what he was arrested for?
Murder.
Nope.
What?
He was arrested for horse theft.
Homeboy stole a horse. Got caught.
Yep.
He could hide a body.
He couldn't hide stealing
He could hide furniture. He couldn't hide a horse?
Nope.
What, he just park it right in front of his house and be like, hey, I got a new Mustang. Shout out to you, Skyler.
Yeah, no, he probably went and tried to like repaint it and it didn't work very well or something. You know, the horse was like, nay.
Let me add 3 more horsepower to this.
He slapped a turbo on the saddle. So Holmes was finally caught on November 17th of 1894. On May 7th, 1896, Holmes was finally hanged.
Oh, he was hung?
He was hanged by the neck, or he was hung by the neck until dead. Which is awesome. I'm glad that dude freaking, like, I hate to hear when people die that they suffered, but I'm glad that dude sat there and choked. Because there's reports that, so usually when you get hung, they put it on
a noose?
I think it's either the right or left side of your neck. It's always the side. Because when you drop, it'll snap your neck and kill you pretty much instantly. But this motherfucker, and I say that with the utmost malice, this dude dropped, and I don't know if the prison guard like moved it a little so his neck wouldn't break, but he sat there and struggled and died.
Damn, dude.
And he got absolutely everything
he deserved
that was coming to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I'm going to talk about his prison a little bit that he was held in. So the prison was...
So he got
Not
caught
yet.
in Chicago?
He got caught in Chicago, yes, I believe.
Damn.
So H.H. Holmes' prison location and age and resting place. So his age, he was 34 when he died. He was buried in the Holy Cross Cemetery of Eden, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, he was also buried in concrete. He was encased in concrete. His coffin.
So his coffin was made out of concrete, or was it like
No.
wood?
So they put concrete, stuck him in, poured concrete on top, buried his ass.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a historian, because there's a lot of people that say he didn't actually die, he just faked his death, because he was good at doing that. He was good at faking other people's death.
Right.
So a historian went out, exhumed his grave, and did tests, and it was actually him.
So he did.
So, yeah.
They did get the right one.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Damn. Allegedly. Conspiracy of the day, he still lives.
Now, I'm going to butcher this name as well, but H.H. Holmes was in the Moy-Mensing prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Some cool facts about the prison. The cornerstone was laid in April 2nd, 1832. It was opened October 9th of 1835, and it was demolished in 1968. It was in use in it was active for nearly 140 years.
Damn.
So, long run for a prison. So that's super cool. But that, my ladies, gentlemen, and host with the most, is H.H. Holmes.
Damn.
Now, before we move on, and I'm super excited to announce this because these guys are awesome, we do have a sponsor this week.
Oh, we do?
We do. I'm going to read off what they have not really approved, what my personal thought of them is.
Okay, go ahead.
So we've been shopping around for a while for a local business with the quality we need for all the crazy merch ideas we have with the show. And that is where 7 Gremlins comes in. They have a high quality product at a low cost, and it made the decision easy. If you would like to get a hold of the 7 Gremlins team to make your awesome sticker or clothing ideas, you can find the 7 Gremlins at 7gremlinscreation@outlook.com. So go look those guys up. They're super awesome. They gave us a bunch of free stickers that we slapped on our hard hats, and it's pretty great. They have some funny stickers.
Yeah, and if you guys do go to them, let them know that La Cantina Last Call sent you guys.
Heck yeah.
Shout outs to you.
Now, the part I've been waiting for, Tony's take.
Tony's take on H.H. Holmes?
Yes, sir.
He was a piece of shit, dude.
We established that, Tony.
Dude, I don't know, like, it's crazy. Because like I said, like, I watched Ghost Adventures, and it was a while ago.
Right.
And on that thing, it, like, showed, I think that castle, or, like...
Murder Castle.
Yeah, they showed the murder castle, and then they did, like, all these investigations. And allegedly, he, like, came on, like, they got spooked out.
Oh.
All the time, yeah. It was just... It's, like, it's been such a long time since I saw it, and I was supposed to rewatch it, but I couldn't find it. So that's why I'm like, it's kind of a piece of shit.
I think that episode had unicorns in it.
I think there was an elephant in there. I don't know.
What's the main guy's name? Zach?
Zach.
Zach came riding in on an elephant that was riding a unicorn, that was riding a zebra, that was riding a turducken.
Right? Yeah, no, crazy thing. I didn't know it was in Chicago. That would have been awesome to know. Back in my day when I was over there every other weekend.
Well, now you know. Anybody that listens to us in Chicago, now you know that there used to be a murder castle out there.
Dude, and there's so much stuff out there, like Al Capone's things.
Oh, yeah.
It's...
I'm not gonna have another conspiracy theory, but I'm not going to get too much into the Jack the Ripper side of it because I want to do a full episode on Jack the Ripper.
Right.
But there was a conspiracy that I came across that said that Jack the Ripper was actually H.H. Holmes.
Because wasn't Jack the Ripper in Chicago too?
No, he was in like London area, England.
Oh, okay.
But when Jack the Ripper's murder stopped, H.H. Holmes started. Now, do I believe in that conspiracy theory? No.
You don't?
No, because there's a full life story about H.H. Holmes growing up in and around Chicago, Pennsylvania area, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, that didn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. I have a conspiracy for you.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so conspiracy of the day with Tony. Courage. Do you remember Courage?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
Oh, that was like my favorite show as a kid.
Dude, so I came across this other day. That show is actually based on true events. Yeah.
Come again?
Yeah. So
what true events?
In New Mexico, I forgot the exact location.
Uh-huh.
I'll look for the post and I'll put it in the video.
Okay.
But there's a house Same exact way that Courage encourages show.
Right.
The house in the middle of bumfuck nowhere
Okay.
with a big ass fucking windmill fan thingy. And it said that the show was based on that elderly couple that had a dog named Courage. And that like their experiences kind of started with skinwalkers.
What?
Yeah. I'll have to look for it and then like I'll put it here. And then you guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, like that show was based off like an elderly couple that had a dog named Courage. And it would like freak out.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Oh, wait. I got to do something real quick.
I'll add the special effect. Mind blown. Yeah.
Anyway. That's crazy. So it was based on actual people and like it just kind of took off from there and they did their own thing, or it was like their all their experiences.
Most of them, but then it just kind of like obviously like the show has to keep like if a show is that
you gotta
popular,
have creative stuff.
yeah, you have to keep adding on to it. So yeah, it was like based on that stuff.
No way.
Yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Yeah,
That's crazy. That was like one of my favorite shows growing up.
yeah. So this is H Holmes and conspiracies.
H Holmes.
Whatever.
All I'm saying is it's a lot of H's.
Yeah.
This dude was like, you know what? I'm gonna make everyone say ha 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 Holmes.
Do you have another conspiracy?
That's all I got for conspiracies right now.
Yeah. We're going to do a full episode of conspiracies.
Oh, speaking of that, we do have an announcement for you guys. You guys helped us out and you got us the 1,000 views on TikTok for our Teke story. Now, I want to make it a big event and have some fun with it. So we are going to go live with our podcast when we do the Teke story.
Yes. So we're just figuring out the kinks, figuring out that, and we'll let you guys know exactly where it's going to be. But yeah, Austin somehow got it.
Oh, I'm excited.
So now you guys get the cursed story.
Oh, yeah.
And I know on that episode, we like really like hyped it up and left you guys on a bunch of cliffhangers. So we're going to actually give you
the hype is worth it. The hype is worth it.
Yeah.
Now, remember, La Cantina is not liable for any missing legs in the making of this video.
Yeah, no. You get haunted. I gave you guys a fair warning.
Right, we're getting haunted just the same. Tony's gonna come in, cut off at the midsection.
No. Just come in as a ghost.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, but we did have a story. I didn't know if you want to share that since we have a little bit more.
Now, what story is that?
From a listener.
From a listener?
Yeah.
Let's save it.
Save it?
Let's save it.
Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it for you guys. But we do have a story that came in from the off topic. We just want to make an episode around it. So we'll bring it to you guys next week.
The story's insane, so I want to make a full episode about it so I can really dive into how crazy this story actually is.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else on H Holmes?
H Holmes.
You said H.
Just H
Holmes.
Holmes. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? One thing I couldn't find was what the HH stood for.
I don't know. If any of you guys know, let us know in the comments what HHH stands for.
Like, why was this dude like, you know what? I'm going to make my initials all the same because I keep forgetting them.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy how, like, the beginning of his, like, story.
Oh, yeah. No,
kind of relates to, like, a lot.
Into stuff. Yeah. Like,
it relates to, like, a lot of, like, serial killers.
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of seems like Dahmer for sure.
Yeah, because was it Dahmer? Yeah.
Yeah, because Dahmer got like bullied in high school, and then he was like popular, but not in a good way. He was a weird kid.
He was a weird kid.
And he was like lobotomized, not live animals. He was like doing taxidermy with dead animals and like trying to do lobotomies, all sorts of stuff. But, and then, you know, moved on to
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's kind of that's when you were saying that stuff in the beginning, I was like, oh wow, like it's like the same thing.
Oh yeah, it parallels.
Yeah,
super well.
Except for, because what was that other guy's name? The one that was Bundy.
Bundy.
He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't really fit a mold.
I
don't think.
He just kind of did his own thing.
I mean, he did fit a mold as far as like his MO.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to do a deeper dive on
Ted Bundy,
That
yeah,
would be
because
interesting.
I have a story about his house. I have a story about his house. That's
And
creepy.
he came through Utah. That works good for us because we are in Utah.
Oh, dude, I actually have something to tell you guys.
Okay,
It's about my house. Some weird shit's been happening.
I haven't played with the Ouija board yet.
No, I know you haven't, but just some weird shit's been happening.
Okay.
So, story time with your host with the most. Insert music here. Okay, so lately, I don't know why, but I've been snoring a lot.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm tired. Probably have some stress here and there.
Stuffed nose.
Yeah, stuffy nose, whatever it could be. Like I'm getting it checked out.
Right.
And with that being said, my wife and my baby, they cannot sleep because I sound like a lion. And I'm not saying like a cute little lion or like a cute. No, I sound like Tony the Tiger was like
Sound
outraging.
like a lion getting his tail stepped on with a Humvee.
Like my freaking brother-in-laws, like because we live with my wife's family.
Uh-huh.
They hear me from upstairs.
Right.
Every morning, they're like, on the weekends, they're like, Tony, what the fuck, man? Like, dude, we're going to go down and suffocate you with the pillow, basically. And so my wife will wake me up in the middle of the night. And just because I know it's hard for them to get rest and the baby and like all that stuff, I'll go to the living room and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go sleep in the living room. Like, so you guys can get your rest too, you know?
Right.
Because I got to work, whatever. The other day, like I was in the living room, like 2 days ago, actually. I was in the living room. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, whatever. And like it's pretty dark because we took down all our Christmas decorations. Like there's no Christmas tree lights and all that stuff, right? You've been in my house. It's where we used to record the earlier episodes of that podcast.
Uh-huh.
So I have my mattress because I have an extra one, and I just take it over there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let everybody sleep. That way they don't hear me snore. So in the middle of the night, like I'm sleeping and I just wake up like in an instant, right? I'm just like sweating, like heart's beating fast. I wake up so confused. I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember what I was dreaming or if I was dreaming anything because I hasn't like lately I haven't been able to like actually like dream.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, look at the time. It's like 3. I'm like, okay, I need to go back to sleep. I'm not going to fuck around and find out right now. Like, I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm facing the window.
Okay.
And like, as you guys know, I have ducks.
Ducks.
But they're in their cage. But I still see like a little like silhouette.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, fuck this. And I turn around pretty fast. So I roll over and towards the bathroom hallway, like to go to my room, there's a big ass hallway.
Yeah.
But there's like a little wall and then like it's like this. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So the wall's here, then like there's just darkness right here. And I'm awake and I'm looking over. I'm like, hey, like I need to go back to sleep. I still have time to sleep. It's not time to go to work, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I start kind of just like sitting there. And then I know where I see something like walking by.
What?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, it's like walking towards the kitchen.
Right.
And I'm like, what the I'm like, I said it pretty loud. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, babe, is that you? Nothing, dude. Like, and I'm just like right there contemplating if I want to get up and go investigate this shit or if I want to just turn around and just head down, like cover myself up and just go back to bed.
You made one fatal mistake.
What?
You didn't have a super soaker with Holy Priest being in
I did not have a
it.
super soaker yet. It's in the making though.
It's a demon away.
Yeah. But no, that thing was there and it looked like a lady, like long hair. It looked like my wife.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's just like a dark shadow silhouette.
Right.
I have not told my wife this because I do not want to freak her out. But yeah, dude. And like, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm tripping out. I'm just going to go to bed. And I roll over. 5 minutes go by. I'm not asleep yet because I'm still like, okay, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like how Luigi said, I'm going to look back again and see if the thing's there. So I turn around, dude, and I look. Sure as shit. It's like still like there.
Okay.
But it's doing that like peeking over and like moving back really fast. Sorry about that. But peeking over and moving back really fast.
Why are those always in videos though? They're like Can you see me? Oh shit, they see me.
Yeah, basically like that. And I was like, what the fuck?
That ghost was with its ghost buddy. Like, dude, I'm gonna screw this dude. Watch
Yeah,
this.
they're
Hello,
fucking with me for
goodbye.
sure.
Hello, goodbye.
But I wasn't scared. I was like, dude, fuck you.
Look, all you need to know is you throw something at it, and if something comes flying back, it's your wife.
Yeah. It wasn't my wife. I wanted to share that with you. I haven't told you about that. But
That's crazy.
But speaking of that, that wasn't the only thing that happened.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is. You know how we were talking about skinwalkers?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The other day, I was editing the most recent podcast that came out.
Yeah.
So I was just editing it in my new office space.
Right.
And my wife was in the room. She was with the baby. They were like getting ready for bed, just kind of like there together. They weren't really making any noise. And then on like my window, like I had the volume up on the Mac, just editing away, just focused, like really dialed in.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, I hear just a big how do I say, like not a growl, but you know when a cat, it does like the meow.
Oh yeah, like the yowl thing.
Yeah,
I
like-
think.
But it was like so close to my window. I
What?
was like, what the fuck?
Rambo duck, dude.
Dude, yeah. It was just like that. And like I was like, am I tripping? And I thought it was the audio from the computer for some reason. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, press pause. And I sat there for a second. I'm like, okay. And then again, just meow. And I was like, fuck, dude, my ducks. They're probably getting attacked right now.
Uh-huh.
And I call my brother-in-law, hey, the ducks in? He's like, dude, the ducks are in. Like, nothing's out like wrong with them. I was like, you guys don't hear that cat outside? Like, dude, we don't hear shit. I'm like, dude, don't start right now. Do not start right now.
The ghosts know that Tony hates cats.
Dude, I heard that. It was actually the same night that I went to the living room to go to sleep.
Oh,
So this all
okay.
happened in that same day. I was just trying to remember
Right.
if it was.
Yeah.
So I heard that. And then I had gone to the living room to go to sleep, whatever.
Mm.
And same thing, I forgot to mention, but before I went to bed, because it's coming back like fast, I kept hearing that, but on the side of the door of my entrance door.
What the heck?
Yeah. So I don't know if I have a feral cat or if it's like these ghosts are fucking with me.
Either way, super soaker. It's like spiritual duct tape.
I'm going to get something. I just wanted to share that. That's Tony's story for the week.
That was Tony's take.
That was Tony's take. Dude, but I don't know. Like I know that we have cats, and just because in our backyard, you know how it was like old, like there used to be horses and stuff there.
Yeah.
So maybe a mouse, but like, I don't know, dude. Like that, we heard that one time too, when we were outside in the summertime in a campfire, and we heard a cat like do the same thing.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, feral cat. Sounds like.
dude.
I mean, that's just as scary for you as it is for ghosts.
Yeah, but like it just sounded
Or
weird.
That's
like,
as scary as ghosts are for you. That's yeah.
because I hate cats.
Tony hates cats.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I wanted to share that with you guys. But like, it's creepy because like I've never heard that noise,
Right?
and then I heard that noise, and then I seen that shadow thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The shadow's sitting there with one of those little ghost apps that makes cat noises.
Yeah, just- like it was like that. It was like that. That's what I heard,
I just see the chills go up your body.
dude. It was that, and I was like, what the fuck? And but I asked everybody if they heard all that stuff, and they're like, no, we didn't hear anything.
We didn't hear anything.
Like, so fuck me, I guess, right?
You're gonna get a video call from this cat, and it's gonna be like, "I'm inside."
Meow 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 meow, and I'll be like, fuck you.
How about no?
How about no? But yeah, that's my little story for the day.
Nice.
So
All right. On that note, I'm thinking we end it here. This seems like a nice and smooth finish.
yeah. So yeah, if you guys like this episode, leave us a review. We're available on anywhere you get podcasts. Shout outs to everybody that's listening. Again, we wouldn't be able to do none of this without you guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hands down. And always a big shout out to our friend Skyler with
Utah Podcast Studio.
yeah. And all his YouTube stuff, go give him likes, follows. If you really want to learn more about business, go check him out.
Heck yeah. Poke that heart button.
Yep, poke the heart button. Let us know what you guys, if you guys have any story recommendations or something you guys want to know about, let us know down in the
Send
comments.
us
Send us a
in.
message.
Now, if you want to find us on social media, where can they find us, Tony?
La Cantina Podcast still. Sorry. I totally spaced out. But you guys can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
Nice. Go look us up. Give us a like, follow if you've already looked us up. Awesome. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And we are out.
So this has been Tony, your host with the most.
Austin, possibly skeptical. I'm still skeptical.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
It's hard.